Hey all, it's Gary Ceres, and it's been a little while since my last video, so I figured I'd wish everybody a good week so far and give you an update on what's going on here in Washington, and especially with your city hall. So I attended the last city council meeting last week, and the good news is that the mayor automatically announced at the beginning of the meeting that there would be no official property tax increase and no utility rate increase. And that is because of you. All of you out there started bombarding City Hall with calls and emails, and we stopped it in its tracks. However, I did sit through the meeting and I can go through the political speak that some of the bureaucrats go when they speak and they present their budgets, and I counted no less than six tax increases. And when I say tax increases, what I mean is they call them fees. So, for instance, they want to have an increased stormwater drain off fee or a water connection fee, or they put fees on recreational activities. These are basically taxes. So there's really no difference. It's just public speak for taxes. So that because it's an election year, they don't want you to think it's a tax, but it's a tax. So we still need to defeat the budget as it's currently written. They have not balanced that budget. They were going off the budget as if we were going to have a property tax increase. So they really made absolutely no spending cuts. And it gets worse than that in that they are proposing a 3.5% wage increase for every single city employee, in addition to a 3.5% increase in the contribution to their 401ks. Now, we have tons of awesome employees in the city who totally deserve this. But shouldn't this be based on merit? Shouldn't this be based on whether you're doing your job properly instead of this blanket increase to everyone? Because as many of you have had experiences like me, you've gone into City Hall sometimes and you deal with some fantastic people who really know what they're doing. And then you deal with people who could not care less about you and that have been there way too long and don't need to be there anymore. And we all know that that's true. Nobody wants to say that because it's politically incorrect, but I'm politically incorrect, and so I will say that. We also have people that are literally writing our budgets that own slums here in town. 38 to be exact. Look up Bean Properties, Google it. I'm not going to name the person out and call them out publicly. I'll let you go and do that research yourself instead of just taking my word for it. But there are 38 slum properties in this city owned by a high ranking official in the city government. Does that person deserve 3.5% wage increase? I think not. On top of that, two of those properties have been the scenes of murders in the last 10 years. And yet, we've done nothing to enforce, code enforcement has done nothing to improve those properties, to bring them up to code, to have those trash properties cleaned. And that's why this budget needs to be defeated. Because until the city does its job as is, why should we be spending money on projects and on wage increases for people that are benefiting off of the misery and suffering of other people in the city? That should not happen. And again, be careful of the word fee increase. It's another code word for tax increase. They are trying to backdoor the tax increase now that you have stopped the property tax increase, which is great. It's wonderful that we did that. It's wonderful that we stopped the utility rate increase, but they're going to try to backdoor this with all sorts of fees. So be vigilant and be very pleasant when you deal with city officials. There's no reason not to be civil. It doesn't matter what political party you are. If you have no political party, we still all need to be in the same community, get along, but we also have to make our city officials accountable. My name is Gary Series. You can go on Facebook and like me on Gary Series for Washington, North Carolina City Council. I'll get along on the bottom of the screen so that you know where to go. You have a great day.